Like you literally called somebody a kid chaser and then asked them to apologize because you're getting backlash for it.
Yeah.
There's only two things you can get: hands or lawsuit. Pick one.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And it looks like the chat is agreeing too. They're saying Ripper should drop a suit on him. So
Nah.
I just think that again, this is someone who is very comfortable, and like you said, he thinks he's the Omega, which is fine. You've been on YouTube for I don't know how long,
Mm.
10 plus years, whatever. I understand. I could get that mindset, but that mindset should never bring you to the point where you're calling someone else a kid chaser, like you said. I think that is next level shit. And again, my biggest issue with Angry Joe, and just so you guys are aware, anybody who's in here who watches Angry Joe, you're more than welcome to. I'm never gonna tell you not to take someone because I watched him up until that whole like nonsense. And again, he makes good content for his reviews and everything. So if you watch him, don't feel like you ever got to pick between like us or him. That's not what this is about. This is about what he said being completely out of line and my personal feelings about him towing the line. So you always hear about people being like fence sitters or whatever the case may be, and that's fine. You want to be a fence sitter, go ahead. I don't care. But my thing that annoys me the most is that when I'm watching his reviews, I feel like they are not, especially recently, they're not genuine. And I feel like they're not genuine because he'll say, you'll notice when it comes to anything that's deemed left wing, so like if it's woke, right? Or if it has any kind of drama, race swapping, whatever, like if it's something that has a lot of controversy around it, when Joe reviews it, I feel like he's very careful. He's
Very careful.
walking
That's true.
He's
Right, right,
walking on eggshells when he's reviewing
right.
it. You can see it. It's
Yeah,
obvious.
yeah.
Like
Yes.
there's
He's
no
very,
denying
very
it.
attentive on what he's saying and how he's expressing it. That's true.
Yeah, and not only that, when he's reviewing it, he just has to throughout the review every once in a while when he says something that he feels like is going to piss off the crowd that he's trying to pander to, he's like, yeah, this episode was kind of filler. It did feel kind of filler. I don't, it's not because I'm progressive, guys. It's not because they're gay or anything, trust me. Like it's I'm progressive. Like he keeps reminding people like his political leaning while
Hmm.
shitting on the show that he knows that people on that side are trying to take as a win, or at least that episode, for example. Like when he reviewed the third episode of The Last of Us, that's kind of like what sold it for me. That's kind of like what made me realize,
Hmm.
like, all right, this guy is really not reviewing from the right place. You know what I'm
From the
saying? Like,
heart
and
anymore,
you can
right?
see
Hmm.
Alex and you can see other Joe. They're like, nah, this episode was kind of shit. And Angry Joe's like, oh no, but it was
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
like, he's trying to convince
He's
them.
trying to convince them, trying to kind of wing them into his. It's true, right?
He's been doing that with Alex for a long time. But Joe is blackballed from the game industry in a way, and so I'm not surprised that he tries to toe the line because the relationships in the industry. He's probably trying to hang on to what relationships he have left. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, and this goes back to people in the industry being sensitive. He used to be very harsh on games. I'll never forget that Destiny review.
Oh yeah,
I will never
yeah,
forget that
yeah,
Destiny. And just
yeah.
imagine how many people were angry. If you got Seth Rogen complaining about reviews, just imagine a video game that you work on for 10 years. It
EA
finally
doesn't
comes
fuck with him,
out.
right?
No, I don't think a lot of people. I mean, he had that interview. I think it was with Don Matrick where he was really like kind of aggressive in the interview. And it's
Mm,
like ever since then, people are like, "Oh, nah, Angry Joe can't show up to this event
Mm-mm.
or whatever the case may
mhm,
be."
mhm.
So it's not. It doesn't surprise me that he tries to toe the line, and you can see it with Alex. Alex tries to rip into movies or TV shows or whatever it is they watch. He'll say, "Yeah, that was pretty garbage," and Joe will stop him like, "Hey, it's not a
Yeah,
four. Give it 2 more points."
yeah, exactly. And that
Mm-mm.
shows that for me that shows like you're not being genuine. That's my biggest issue. I got more examples, but I'm gonna call out these super chats real quick. I got Star Peanut one for $5. Says everyone grab your bigot O's in support to end the wokeness. Yeah, they want me to make like a cereal called the bigot O's. I don't know. I might try to make it a thing. And then we got Deviled Eyed Elvis for 4.99 saying glad to see the homie Atreus on here. There you go. You got your people in here.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome. I love to see
Yeah,
it.
he's actually here in Georgia with me, South Georgia. He actually as a gun expert, and he gets a lot of contracts with films here
Nice.
to be the expert on guns. So shout out to him.
Yeah. So again, with this whole Angry Joe thing. That's my biggest thing. I don't like when you're not genuine, man. Like when people go to watch you for reviews, you can see how careful you are and and you know how the sad thing is that he doesn't edit his videos, right? He doesn't edit his videos. If you notice, I don't know if you guys noticed that.
He's getting more and more. You can tell by his behavior careful. He tries to mediate way more than he used to, and his angriness now is getting more and more politically fueled, I guess. And yeah, there's been definitely like a change going on in his behavior and his way of also criticizing the content.
Right. But the reason why I bring up he doesn't edit his videos is because that exposes how much he toes the line, because he doesn't even like edit it out. You'll see him literally sitting there thinking about what to say because he doesn't want to say the wrong thing, and it just comes off as just so fucking I can't fuck with it. I can't anymore.
Yeah.
I don't really want to watch his reviews anymore. Especially 100% of anything controversial. Like I'm just not gonna do it because I already know he's not gonna give a genuine review. I review stuff all the time, but I still watch other people's reviews because I want to see other ideas. I want to see other like what people think about the show, the movie, whatever. So even though I make the stuff, I still consume it also, and I just can't. I can't with him, man. I just feel like, and the whole calling Ripper the P word, that was just insane. That was insane to me. So
Why? I mean, why? It's really.
I
I'm
don't
really
know.
sorry. No, it's not. It's still. I mean, if you look at Ripper, I mean, look at what he's doing, right? Creating this standalone character with his own source material and trying to establish himself as a comic publisher. I mean, of course, is the comic perfect? No, it's way above average. It's just I love Isom. It's really good. I mean, it's not perfect. It has its flaws, but it's I would say a solid 8 or somewhere around that. But we should like support each other doing this, because otherwise, whether there is just big media telling us what's entertainment or we are creating the entertainment that we like to see in the future, that's basically it. And constructive criticism, whether it's Ripper doing it or Angry Joe, is part of the job. We want to be better than them. We want to beat them at their own game. So we need to accept that we need to of course recuperate a lot of time and make and create that critical mass of culture. And we can only do that by accepting criticism, by moving forward, by improving. I mean, we as YouTubers, as artists, me as an actor, I get criticized all the way through. But using such words and crossing that line just shows your little ego, your huge ego, and your little, what was the other thing? Yeah, the other little thing. And that's just bad character, man. Just bad character.
No, you're right. And look, the reason I was quiet because I was making something because somebody on chat mentioned something funny. No, this is actually something pretty simple. I just sent it to you through on Twitter because it's like a GIF that somebody wanted me to make with a specific character and combining that with Angry Joe's head.
Wait, and somebody really asked you to make that?
Yes, they asked me to do this, and I just saw it. I just glanced at it with my eye, and I was like, "Oh, this is great."
How do I blow this up on the screen? It's not working.
I sent it to you on your Twitter.
Like but it's not letting me blow it up on the screen, so it looks so tiny.
What?
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Oh, okay. I could just share it on my end. Maybe it'll show up a little bigger.
Yeah, if you share it, that might work.
Yeah, give me a second. I just got to pull it up on the right side. Okay.
That's pretty funny though.
Yeah.
But again, so Angry Joe, there's a lot of people in the space that are like him, and that's the other big thing too. And that's kind of why I think Ripper does this whole monetize the haters thing, because it really showcases like how shitty the space is. Oh, I see you put on the screen.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry. There you go.
That's pretty good.
There you go, Chad. You got what you wished for. You happy now?
My man loves making memes. You're like your own legion of memes. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man.
I don't even know. Like, it's like this is like super easy to make too. But there you go. Okay.
I'm so confused because I tried to do the whole face tracking thing before. I was sitting there for hours and never got it to work. So you just did it in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh no, I've done like whole clips before. Like I made how many variations did I make of like that Velma scene of her getting hit by a car?
Oh,
Quite a
how
bit.
many I did in one
Quite a
single
bit,
day.
man. It was
Hypno
fantastic.
would just ask me to do this shit, and I was like, "Oh, okay, sure. Give me
He's
a
the
moment."
Dragon Slayer, man. He's fast.